How we doing, YouTube? Stevie here. Is that sun in a weird spot? Maybe I better turn this a little bit. I just seen that sun was pointing right in the screen there. That's no good. Oh, it is. What is it today? 17th of October. Boy, is it going fast, guys? Jeez, is it going fast? And the harvest is rolling. I don't know that this is statistically correct, but it's got to be close, at least in our part of the world. This is as fast as harvest as I can remember. I've seen some harvests that kind of clip right along, but I'm trying to think. We had that little bit of rain the last couple days, but it wasn't a crazy amount. And one other time we had a day or so. Otherwise, it's just been rolling right along. And yeah, we will be done. I would be surprised if the first week of November, you'd be hard pressed to find any crops out in this area, northwest Indiana. I think the boys, they're actually running so fast, they're not even in a hurry anymore. Usually they're always in a crazy hurry. Yeah, they're not even, I mean, the end is in sight for so many of them. Now, a lot of the guys around here, they'd raise a lot of specialty crops and stuff like that, so they don't have quite as much corn to get across, and beans. But the basis is still terrible, which makes the price not the best. And so that's not good. And I guess I might as well make this a farm video. I wasn't a little sure what I was going to talk about today. I was going to talk maybe about the interview last night, Kamala. I never say it right. She doesn't say it right either, to my defense. She's changed. She does it. She said it multiple ways before. But I want to be respectful, so I try to say it right. And the way I say it, which I think is the right way, the correct way, is like comma, like a comma, Kamala. I think that's how you say it. Kamala. That's how I've been saying it anyway. When she started to run in 2019, the first time I wanted to make sure I said her name right. Like I said, that'd be respectful. I don't want to, I'll say it any way she wants to say it. I just need to know how to say it. Because you watch the news, and this is not just right-wing news. I mean, even left-wing. People say it different ways. And some of them are not even remotely close to the way I just said it. But anyway, I was going to talk about that maybe. But that's been talked to death all day today, so there really isn't that much to say about that. I do like Brett Baer, so on Fox, so I thought he did as good a job as he could. And purposely, she put him in a bad spot. Because they only had so much time, and they were taping it and then playing the tape at the 5 o'clock top of the hour, which she knew, and she was 15 minutes late, and 15 minutes late, and then was supposed to give him at least like a half hour at least, and didn't do that either. So he's really crunched for time to try to get as much in as he could. So but that's what she planned to do. She wasn't going to be there any longer than she had to. She just wanted to check the box. But now I've talked about it more than I wanted to. Okay. We'll talk about the farm economy for a little bit, for a few minutes here while we got a couple minutes. The farm economy is in recession. I wouldn't say the farm economy is in depression, but I would definitely say the farm economy is in recession. John Deere just laid off a bunch more people. They already laid off a couple thousand, cut salary workers' pay, I think, and maybe some salary people as well. And I don't know how many they laid off this last time, if it was 1,000 or 400 or 500, a lot. And oddly enough, there's not all that many people that work at John Deere. I mean, there's a lot, but you would think that it would be tens and tens of thousands, but it's not. It's not that many. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not as much as one would think. Now, I haven't heard. I'll do some research to try to find out, but I haven't heard that AGCO, which is the Alice Chalmers, old Alice Chalmers, now it's Challenger and Gleaner and New Holland and that brand. I haven't heard of them laying off anybody, and I haven't heard of Case IH laying off anybody yet either. But I'm not saying they haven't. I just haven't. It hasn't come up on the news like John Deere has. And the book of sales, that's one of the big problems, that the price isn't very good. And what makes the price, corn was a little over $4 today, beans was $9.50-ish, something like that. That's too cheap for beans, even though beans are cheaper to put in. They don't yield nearly so good. And the bottom line is if China doesn't buy beans, the bean price is crap in America, and we've only got about 3 months to sell them beans, because then Brazil and South America will start selling them beans in January, February timeframe at the latest, January. And because it's cheaper for them to get beans from them. Not to mention they're part of Brexit together. So they would rather do business with them than us. Mexico did buy a bunch of corn this week, which was good, but they pretty much buy the same amount every year. They're our biggest corn importer, Mexico is, by far, and it's not even close. Mexico buys the most corn from us. But it's generally kind of in the same number range, roughly. If China comes in and buys some corn from us, that moves the needle. Because those aren't bushels that we normally get to sell them. They don't like to buy corn from us if they don't have to. And there doesn't look to be a lot of good things on the horizon in terms of something that makes the market kind of want to go up. That's part of the problem. The other part, and this is the bigger of the two, I shouldn't say bigger, equally as bad, is the interest rates. Even though the Fed cut the interest rates a little bit, operating money is extremely, extremely expensive. And those revolving loans that you might get in the springtime, or it fluctuates, the rates and things do throughout every year, but that is very expensive. And the other thing, which is very strange, is the input costs haven't gone down almost any. Now they ratcheted up whenever corn price goes up or bean price goes up. All the inputs go up with it because they can charge more for it, they think, and they do. You got to have fertilizer and chemicals and equipment and things like that. Now the equipment market, that's not the case with equipment, but with inputs, fertilizer, seed, things like that, and they're just not coming down. And so you have a crop that isn't worth as much as you would hope, and then you have interest on the money that you're borrowing, which is more than you would hope that it would be, and then the input costs are high, too high, and what that all lines up to is you're creating a crop for more than it costs. The cost to raise the crop is more than you can sell the crop for, and that's a bad thing. Farmers do that, I don't want to say quite often, on occasion, but this is getting into a couple years of it, and I was just rubbing puppy for you guys that were wondering. That's what I'm rubbing down here, and that's why the camera she hit it with her tail. It's bad. It's really bad, and you have some news stories coming out with whichever new administration we have are wanting to put on tariffs. Tariffs are a problem because sometimes when they retaliate on ag products, which makes it even worse. But all right, we're at 9:40 already, guys. I just wanted to check in real quick. I was home early, I was home at 5 o'clock. But God bless, and we will talk again soon. And everybody get out and enjoy fall.